he's not even awake. He's just sort of sleeping, but somehow he can still talk to you through transmissions. And anyway, yeah, it's really good. I think you should pick it up if you're listening, and you as well, Chas. It's probably.
How's the multiplayer?
I just want to finish off. I say the campaign is probably as good as sort of Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3. It's like one of those campaigns where, like the latest Call of Duty is just sort of like, I really can't make it. I really want to play the campaign again after I finished it. It was like one of those sort of games where you just want to keep playing that campaign over and over again. Anyway,
I've never had that feeling.
Multiplayer is better than I thought, actually. I thought it was going to be absolute pile of shit. It's actually really good. It's kind of like, it's Call of Duty. It's kind of like Call of Duty. You rank up same thing, you get weapons and things. But it's more interesting. You get the nano suit, and it's good. I like it a lot.
Ratings out of 5.
Well, I'm going to rate it at 10.
Oh, okay, out of 10.
Because it's more, yeah. I'll rate it 9.8.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to, put it up against, Mass Effect and Red Dead Redemption or like really good games with campaigns. I just want. Can we just like put games in categories? Like FPS shooters or RPGs or third-person shooters.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't really compare. Crysis 2's well. If you're not really good at FPS shooters, it'll probably take about 12 hours because it takes a long time. But if you're really good at, if you played Halo 3 and Call of Duty, it probably takes you about 6 hours. So, RPGs take about 12 to 20 hours to complete. So you can't really compare them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll move on to Homefront then. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the Homefront storyline is the worst storyline that you could ever imagine. So I'm not going to go into great detail with that.
What is it about?
I think I've only done 2 levels, but it's shocking. It's like America versus North Korea. Right at the beginning, you're like some random guy, and you get captured by these Koreans and stuff. And you're in a bus, and then the bus gets driven into. It has potential, but it doesn't really prove anything. And the bus gets hit into the side, and then you fall off, and then you go through the back, and then you run around shooting people, as always. So, enough about the campaign, because it's shocking, because you just walk around, and then the guys do stuff for you. The main thing is the multiplayer. The multiplayer is epic.
Would you say it's a COD killer multiplayer?
Yes. It is. I want to see that in the next Call of Duty. This whole game.
Well, what is good about it?
Just everything. If you're not a very good player, then you can jump into team vehicle, and you can use every vehicle on there. Because I've used every vehicle on there. I'm not the best player, but I'm not bad at it. And you can just jump into your friends' vehicles, and you get loads of points and stuff from co-pilot assists, loads of kills, and then you get the customizable stuff. So you get a kill, and you get kill streak. When you get kill streaks with a weapon, you gain like camos and stuff. So if you get like an 8 kill streak, you get like certain camos, and you can also get gold camos for reaching like level 50 and stuff. But the problem with the campaign is multiplayer is if you bought pre-owned version like I did, you have to buy it's EA I think, and you have to buy a code to go past level 5, and those codes cost about £6.25. So I bought mine for 32 quid, and plus £6.25, so it's about 38, so I saved about £2, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then you get like 20 attachments to put on your weapon. You can choose which red dot you want, and which holographic, and silencer, and stuff like that. It's just amazing. The maps are huge, and I like the fact, that when you win a round, that you push forward, and then if you lose a round, you fall back. You know, the maps are big enough that you can just fall back and just keep, like, because there's Battle Commander as well, which, if you get kill streaks, you get rewarded. You get, like, a threat, you become like a 1-star threat, and 2 enemies are notified of you, and you can get all the way up to a 5-star threat, which the whole team is notified of you, and then they all try and go for you and kill you, because you're located on the map, or on the minimap. The minimap's on the bottom left, I think. And you can spend the battle points in game. You earn them in game, and then you spend them in game. So you know, like a I can't remember what it's called. It's like a scout. It costs like 2,100 battle points. You get 130 per kill. So I would like to see all of that in the next COD. And plus the gun sounds are good.
What would you give it out of 10?
I would give it a 9.5.
Would you really say that though? I mean, does the multiplayer really make that up? I mean, you got to kind of give it from a campaign perspective as well.
No, the campaign is shocking.
Yeah, but doesn't that bring that out?
And
that pretty much down at then?
No, because I'm not really a campaign player.
Okay, well, if that was me,
I'm more of a jump in
Okay.
multiplayer sort of guy.
Oh well, if that was me, I'll probably give it 8. You know, well, actually, no, I'll probably get about 8.5. You know, I think Crisis 2 is definitely a COD. Yeah, it's definitely a Crisis. It's definitely a COD killer.
Mm.
It's so it's, you know, it beats the COD campaign up. Well, I wouldn't say COD 4 and Crisis 2 probably one of my favourite FPS shooters campaigns.
I had
Halo 3.
I had high expectations for Killzone 3. I pre-ordered that. I was very excited about Killzone 3, but then when it came, it didn't have anything special about it. You know, when you like get a game and you want to be able to play it all the time, I just didn't feel that I wanted to play it all the time. But Homefront, like, I want to play it like all the time.
Yeah, same.
It's one of those games.
Yeah, it's definitely the Crisis as well.
The graphics aren't amazing on it.
Yeah, the graphics on Crisis are definitely way better than COD. For people who don't know what COD means, it's basically Call of Duty.
Everybody should know that.
Well, some people don't. I just want to put that one out because, you know. Anyway, it's definitely one of those campaigns which beat a lot of campaigns, and it's kind of long as well, which is, you know, you don't want a campaign which is good but ends too quickly. No?
Yeah.
It probably depends how good you actually are. I mean, I've died quite a lot in the campaign. In the campaign, it's pretty hard. I have to say that the AI is actually amazing. It's Crisis 2 is probably, it's up there. I'd say the humans, because you have to go against some humans, because they think you're infected, and basically, anyway, you have to kill them, and they die basically one bullet in the face, as all humans. But the fact is, obviously, you come across aliens, as I said, and they're more harder, and they're quite. I think that the aliens are really fun to kill. You know, in Call of Duty, you get this sort of that fun to kill people. It's kind of like, we really can't be asked anymore. It's just that it's like one of those games which you have fun killing aliens or one of your opponents, and it looks awesome. Like the things you pull off, and you like jump up and then go invisible and snap someone's neck and just shoot everybody in the face. It really once you've just done that, you like pause the game like, did I really just do that? Like, yeah, it's one of those sort of things. Like, it's one of those sort of story games. It's like when you go back to school or work and you talk to your friends about it, and you talk about stories about what you did in the game or what awesome things you pulled off. And I think that's one of the problems I find about Call of Duty. It's one of those games which there's nothing really amazing about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of repetitive. All CODs are the same. There's nothing about.
There's nothing new apart from Black Ops. They brought the customization and stuff, but
yeah, I'd have to. It's just not really. There's not one of those sort of story games which you can have fun with, really. It's just more a more hardcore sort of thing, which you can't really have much fun. Because I love those games which like GTA and Battlefield, where you can just talk about endless stories which are really fun and funny, and you can keep. I play GTA again. It's like one of those sort of games which you can keep telling stories about every time you play it. And Crisis is one of those sort of games where you talk about one of their stories. And anyway, it's graphics definitely are amazing. Yeah.
Is there anything else that we want to touch upon before we end?
I want to talk about Battlefield. Battlefield 3 and the new Call of Duty, and they're both apparently coming at the same time.
On Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah, I have to say, out of them two, getting Battlefield 3, I'm sorry, but unless the new Call of Duty actually does something bloody spectacular, I'm not getting it.
I'm just gonna get it
honestly.
anyway.
Yeah, I implore you to get Battlefield. Battlefield, the campaign. Alright, Battlefield Band Company, probably pretty shit campaign, but the multiplayer makes it up so badly. I mean, it's probably the best It's like Battlefield series.
Yeah, you never played Homefront though. Homefront is the same thing.
Yeah, trust me, Battlefield is probably the best multiplayer game I've ever played. It's so amazing. The graphics, well, this is talking about Battlefield Bad Company 2 here. The graphics are so amazing. It's so fun. It's so realistic where you can blow up buildings and everything. And it's one of those story games, like I said again. And I love Battlefield 2, which is on a computer. It's old, but it's really good. It's just... I just like one of those sort of games like Call of Duty you can't really talk about at all with your friends. Apart from ranks, guns. It's not really a thing about it, that's just my point of view. I prefer just talking about things that are really fun to play. I mean, I'm not saying Call of Duty isn't fun, it's not those sort of it's not one of those sort of moments where you have like so much fun which you end up talking about it next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next week, I'm probably going to be seeing a film. Not really sure, but when I've seen it, I'll probably talk about it.
Alright.
Should we,
yeah, let's wrap it up. Alright, guys, thanks for listening. I'll put a download link to this podcast in each video description, and I'll make a tutorial on how to put it on your iPod.
Okay. And for questions, the email is, it's 44 Caliber Show. At fsmail.net.
Yeah, that's if you want to email us, and you can also message us on YouTube, and I'm in the middle of making a website, so thanks guys. I've also made a Twitter account. It's 44 Caliber Show, 44 Caliber Round Twitter account, I think it's called. So you can follow us on Twitter if you want to hear the latest updates. All I can say is thanks for watching, guys. What else do you have to say?
Not much. And thank you for listening to the 44 Caliber Round.
This was our first show. Peace, guys. Thanks a lot. Check out my channel.